what's up, everybody? Okay, you know, I gotta say, we got a lot nowadays. We got a lot of top baby faces, main guys. You got your Randy Ortons, your John Cena's, and of course your CM Punks, guys like that. And then you got your AJ Styles, your Alex Shelley's, Kazarians. You get the point. The big guys that everybody likes. Well, what do you think guys like John Cena would be if it wasn't for Hogan? If it wasn't for Hogan, you gotta admit, John Cena, he would be another Dolph Ziggler or Jack Swagger. Now, before some of the Cena fans start getting on my case, let me explain why. And when Hogan came to the WWF in for his second run, I guess, when he defeated the Iron Sheik, I was gonna say, is I guess when his career took off. I'm gonna say that, yeah, his career took off when he defeated the Iron Sheik for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And yeah, ever since then, with his career, everyone was in the crowd with Hulkamania shirts, Hulk Royalty shirts, the bandanas, and all that shit. So yeah, he was real big. And then, of course, he left in 1993 to go to WCW, but he was actually gonna, he was done with the wrestling, and he was gonna retire and all that. But Eric Bischoff called him. Get to that later, probably. Anyways, he left in 1993. Well, once he left in 1993, Vince didn't know who to make the next Hulk Hogan, so he went to Lex Luger. So he decided to try and make Lex Luger the next Hulk Hogan. Didn't succeed. After it failed, Vince started getting guys like your Bret Hart, your Shawn Michaels, but by then they were already big, so it doesn't count, in my opinion. And he wouldn't get his next main guy until Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's when Stone Cold started with the Austin 316 shit, and everyone was the Austin 316 signs. And shortly after that, that's when the Attitude Era started kicking in, when guys like Triple H, Foley, and all those guys started coming in that built the Attitude Era. Or what I like to call in my opinion, I like to call them the Attitude Era. Who, in my opinion, I like to call them the WWE Originals. Get your TNA, CP Originals, shit like that. Anyways, guys like that started coming in. We had the Attitude Era, and that was good. So yeah, that's when the Attitude Era came in. And then when Hogan went to WCW, you started getting your Goldbergs, your Stings, your Lex Lugers, your Kevin Nashes, and all those guys that came in WCW that everybody loved. So yeah, it all started with Hulk Hogan, and without him, what would the stars be that we got today? What would John Cena be? Or would CM Punk be? Or would Randy Orton be? We don't know. So yeah, whether you hate him, like him, dislike him, whatever, you gotta admit, he made some of the most greatest moments of all. No, I'm gonna say greatest moments. He made some good moments, He made some history-making moments. He body slammed Andre the Giant, and of course, his heel turn in 1996 that shocked the world. No one ever saw that coming. Like I said, he was a top babyface that everybody loved. And once he turned heel, it was a big shocker to everyone. Everybody wanted to tune in to see this, to see him. I'm not sure when Hogan turned heel. Everybody, y'all know where you were at when you found out Hogan turned heel. I remember where I was. So yeah, and that happened. His career took off from there, and even in the WCW, even no matter what, he was still the big guy. He was still that main guy when he was still wrestling in the NWO. He was still the main guy. Everybody still liked him. So like, yeah, whether you like him, love him, or hate him, he's the main guy. He's the main legend. He's the big one. He's the greatest legend of all time. When you think of like I was saying, the top 50 superstars of all time, whatever, they they had that when they had that best superstars, whatever. In my opinion, I don't think it should have been Shawn Michaels. It should have been Hogan, cause or Shawn Michaels be without Hogan. None of those guys should have been before Hogan. Where would they be if it wasn't for Hogan? So you give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. Don't be afraid to give me your opinion. Video response, whatever. I want to hear your thoughts. Your honest thoughts on what you think about this. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Love him or hate him, he made the stars we got today. I'm out. Peace.